Our worlds are in danger.
To save them and the galaxy,
we must awaken the seventh.
Before Unicron destroys him!
And us along with him.
It is our mission.
Transform and roll out.
Why is he dead?
He's not dead, he's just sleeping.
I don't suppose anyone brought a bowl of warm water?
shut the fuck up, guys. This is serious.
To wake the giant so he may fight again, he must be placed on a foam-board plane.
What's that supposed to mean?
He means I have to review his figure to wake him up. Well, here goes nothing. Welcome to Kit Katastrophe. My name is Kit, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Cybertron Leader Class Optimus Prime. This figure came out in 2005 as part of Wave 1 of the Leader assortment.
Are we really doing this whole song and dance thing? Can we just say, oh, it's good, innit, and be done?
You heard Rob. Optimus isn't gonna wake up until Kit's through with his review.
Well, he'd better make it snappy.
Just be happy the fate of the world is not stuck in Optimus' hands.
In what has become a rarity for Optimus Primes these days, Cybertron Optimus transforms into a futuristic fire truck, and a hefty one at that. It's no surprise this thing can't even fit onto my turntable. Now this is Leader Class. Optimus doesn't have much in the way of painted detail in this mode, with just some white and silver accents at the front, with silver detailing on the side panels. The 8 visible wheels are painted a dim bronze, and there are scaffold detailing on his overhanging weapons. The weapons themselves can point upwards and spin around on a series of ratchet joints, though with age they've become weaker than I'd like. The right-hand cannon features a firing missile.
Ah!
In a move reminiscent of ye old Transmetal 2's, Optimus Prime features a secondary vehicle mode whose transformation scheme is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the fire truck mode. All you have to do is rotate the side panels on their ratchet joints and point the ladder cannons forward. Here is Optimus Prime's jet mode, which has an even more astonishingly large footprint. It takes a similar amount of disbelief suspension to even imagine a hulking monstrosity like this to fly, let alone get airborne at all. With its solid mid-noughties plastic and sheer girth, this jet mode would make a painful missile if thrown. It's just a shame that the wingtips are hardly strong enough to keep themselves in position in this mode. No matter. Taking off the trailer bits leaves us with Optimus Prime's cab mode. Everything past the original fire truck's cab looks anemic and weedy, but this looks more to be a consolation prize if you happen to lose the trailer than a real mode of its own. At least there's an included extra pair of wheels for the cab, which were hidden from view in fire truck mode. Shame they're not also painted bronze.
That's really smart.
Don't be such a fucking baby, Red.
Transformation is a delight. Starting off with the extremely satisfying folding up of the rear of the cab, this conversion scheme is full of intense, heavy movements and smart allocations of mass to form the robot. Optimus Prime's construction is full of ratchet joints, almost all of which get used in transformation. The way the chest windows seal up the sparkling matrix chamber, the way the cab sections flip up to form shoulder pauldrons, and the clicky crescendo of ratchets in his elbows make the transformation scheme cinematic in a tactile, visual, and auditory sense. And what is the cherry on top? Just a dynamic platform elevator head reveal, of course. Here he is, the Optimus Prime that defined my childhood in all his glory. Well, not all his glory, but that comes later. For a non-super robot mode, this design exudes an essence of power and authority that other Optimi are wont to achieve even with a super mode. From the hulking blue boots and matching gauntlets, to the fire truck cab shoulder pads, to what my grandmother always insisted was a pair of sunglasses donning his chest, Cybertron Optimus Prime is a 100% bona fide Chad. The head sculpt is my absolute favorite Optimus design, combining design elements from the classic character with newer incarnations like Optimus Primal, and seeming to allude to things to come like Hearts of Steel Optimus. It's the quintessential giant robot head design. crests, fins, and sharp points are abound. As for features and accessories in this mode, the cannon from Fire Truck mode can come off and form a pistol, which pegs into Optimus's palm quite securely and still features the firing missile. The rest of the trailer reconfigures slightly to form an artillery platform, which can be a nice side piece for display. The last special feature accessible in this mode is Prime's opening chest, with the 3 panels moving aside to reveal the Autobot Matrix of Leadership, which is removable. Given its relative size compared to Optimus Prime's huge mitts, he can't exactly hold it like an Autobot leader should, but he can hold it nonetheless.
Sure, Optimus Prime doesn't have as many joints as modern figures enjoy, but that's not to say that Optimus Prime's articulation is no laughing matter. Starting at the head, he has a very simple swivel that allows him to look all the way around, which is pretty surprising considering a gimmick that we'll find out about later on involving that neck. His shoulders swivel all the way around on a simple joint, and they can't go out very far. This is as close to a T-pose as you're going to be able to get with this figure, but that is okay because he doesn't really need to be flexible. The shoulder pauldrons can get out of the way, sort of. They can move, but they can't really get out of the way because they still impede movement in the outward direction. But I won't begrudge a 2005 mainline figure for that. His biceps swivel 360 degrees on a very smooth joint, which is pretty nice. And the elbows are nicely ratcheted, and they bend just a little over 90 degrees, which is a very good amount of jointage in his arm. Finally, at the hand, he has opening and closing knuckles. It's just the one knuckle, and it's all 4 fingers conjoined, but he can get a grip on his weapon because it pegs into a little hole in the middle of his palm so he can grip it. He has nothing at the waist, though due to his transformation, there is room for one. They could have cut it right here, but I don't think Optimus Prime is really wanting of a waist joint, because honestly, he doesn't really need one. But as you can see, his front skirt can move up and out of the way, and the side wheels can move out of the way, though... Ow! Though, as you could see, there is a stopping point, a very heavy detent right there, that makes moving them to and from that position a little difficult and a little dicey considering how thin these plastic planks are. They haven't broken on my copy yet, but I don't exactly use this joint a lot, so take that as you will. At the hips, they move forward on a very weak ratchet, and yes, it is a weak ratchet, because it just flops down at the first opportunity. And as you can hear, it is technically a ratchet joint, just not a very good one. A much stronger ratchet is enjoyed by the outward motion of the legs, and he can do the splits, which is very nice. And one thing I should mention that you probably just noticed is that folding down the front skirt brings out the matrix chamber because they're on the same hinge. So if you want to bring down his skirt armor, you have to hold his chest shut, or else the matrix chamber will open. At the thighs, there is a swivel, just like the arm joint. It feels exactly the same, which is pretty nice. It's not exactly loose, but it is easy to manipulate. At the knees, there is a very good ratchet joint, a lot stronger than the hip, but not as strong as the outward hip. And it has more detents, and it goes exactly 90 degrees, which is very enjoyable. Finally, at the toe, his toes can point, but that's more for transformation into a mode you have not seen yet, which I will soon show you.
I hope you guys are ready for the grand finale.
Listen, if I get shot one more time by those missiles, I'm just gonna go inside with Unicron.
Optimus Prime, Super Mode! The transformation begins by flipping the calf chunks forward to become an even larger set of boots, which are then supplemented by the inner components of the trailer to add more support and firepower. Then the remainder unfurls into the biggest fucking wing pack I'd ever seen until Dark of the Moon, with the huge guns ratcheting and swiveling into place as underslung weapons of mass destruction. The wing pack straps onto Prime's back like a backpack, and finally we get to raise Prime's faceplate. He means business. This is the greatest super mode that's ever graced a red and blue robot named Optimus Prime, bar none. I dare you to find a super mode that even comes close to replicating the grace and panache that this figure so flawlessly flaunts. The power and strength that was so inherent in his base form is increased tenfold by the addition of the immense boots, the stretching wingspan, and the fuck-huge cannons. Every time my child eyes saw Optimus don his trailer for battle in the cartoon, I knew I'd be in for a treat.
I bet it's hard for Kit to breathe while he's sucking that figure's dick so much.
For added firepower, the two guns stapled to Optimus Prime's calves can be pointed forward, though they don't have any firing mechanisms. Now, I think I've been forgetting something this whole time. Cyber Key Power! Optimus Prime's Cyber Planet Key is a wholly unique design, modeled after the matrix of leadership stored in his chest. The molded Autobot symbol used to be red, but the paint has worn off over time. Now in Super Mode, Prime has two Cyber Key gimmicks, and to illustrate them, I'll have the guns slung over his shoulders rather than under. First, the left gun. Slide the key into the slot, and the end of the rail gun opens up, accompanied by lights and sounds. There's also a button near the key you can press to make a firing sound. Unfortunately, the electronics on my figure are entirely dead, even replacing the batteries didn't help. Sliding the key into the other gun causes two more barrels to spring out from the sides. Unfortunately, their triggers are so sensitive that either one or both of the missiles may fire. I'm surprised I still have all three. And speaking of firing missiles...
Fuck no, I'm not going back in there. You can't make me. No, no. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Do I really need to say that I love this figure? Or has the prior few minutes been enough explanation? Growing up, this was the ultimate figure in my collection. Cybertron Optimus Prime is as perfect as a leader class figure can get, and it's a damn near perfect Optimus Prime. This has been Kit Katastrophe. Transform and roll out. So, did it work?
See for yourself.
Holy shit!
It's almost here. Quickly, we have to hurry.
Wait a second, that's not Unicron at all.
The FTC? Oh man, that thing is dangerous. It killed Runestone Reviews.
I'm not dead, I just moved.
Oh.
Don't worry, this thing's not after us. It's YouTube itself that we have to worry about.
So, we woke up Optimus Prime for nothing?
No, he'll be needed in the coming fight.
Oi, didn't you say we would all die or something?
You who cannot do a simple sit-up. You must know I was making shit up.
Oh.
So, 100 reviews done. It feels just like yesterday I started this channel, even if it's been 14 months. It's been a really fun ride. I've made a lot of friends doing this, either through YouTube or Discord, and I've gained my fair share of subscribers too. I'm around 180 right now, and I don't think that's too bad. Of course, if you enjoy my work, feel free to subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Vlare. I'd really like to thank everyone who was part of this video. Red Reviews, Synthmav, Funyun Rob, Weaponizer, That Sven, and Runestone's Reviews. Links to their various channels are in the description. Last, of course, I'd like to thank everyone who supported me by watching my videos on YouTube or Vlare, and here's to another 100 reviews. Transform and roll out.